Lion's Den with Steven Carr, and today we're going to be talking about the Harrisburg elites versus the people of Pennsylvania and Pennsylvania general turnout, or Pennsylvania primary turnout, and what needs to happen in the general election, and what we need to do, and what you need to do to do this, because there's a lot going on that needs to happen for us to win. But first of all, the PA Harrisburg elites and the Harrisburg Capitol this past week, yesterday, I believe, or might be the day before, have passed the PA budget with, I think it was $50 billion on the PA budget, where tons of lawmakers and policymakers gathered, including State Rep Charity Grimm of Fayette County, PA, Wendy Fink of Pennsylvania's own 94th District and Red Line, and Jody Orsi in Pelham County in 47th District, Pennsylvania, Russ Diamond in the 92nd, I believe his is 92nd District, have all voted no on this legislation because Pennsylvania is spending more than it's taking in. They don't care. The elites in the majority in the House don't care about the working class people. They don't care about the blue collar people. This is where the elites come in. We have a full chance in November 3rd to take out the elite establishment in Harrisburg and fill in with keep the majority of Republicans that are looking to serve the people for the people, and we have a chance to put them back in and put new ones in. New ones like, instead of having Carol Do Nothing Evans in the 95th District, who actually has done nothing since she's got in and actually pushed her constituents and residents away during COVID to other districts like Kay Klunk's district, and because her office was shut down during COVID, and it had nothing to do with them, who also paid $300 to $500 for a campaign finance fee to keep her spot in 2022. These are Democrat elites and establishments in the House that we need to get rid of. This is where it comes down to us versus the elites in Harrisburg. This is where it comes down to getting out and voting in Pennsylvania, guys. The primary election in York County alone was 17.97% voter turnout. The polls were horrible. They were slow. They were spurts. They were slow, and then there were spurts again. But it wasn't like it was in 2024 when we voted for President Trump. Look, if you're not going to go out and vote in November 3rd, at least apply for a mail-in ballot, because in 2024, Trump won Pennsylvania by 120,000 votes, with 629,000 Republicans voting by mail. We can actually win this one if you either go out and vote or vote by mail, and we will get those chasers to chase you down and get your ballot to the polling place. This is what it's about. Get your vote in. I don't care if it's by mail. I don't care if you go out and vote. Just go and vote in your precinct November 3rd. And the polls are open from 7 o'clock to 8 p.m. If you're in line by 8 p.m., stay in line. Don't let the poll workers or the judge of elections chase you away. It's voter suppression. Stay in line. If you're in line by 8 p.m., you are allowed to vote. And make sure you vote. Make sure you get registered to vote. You can go to the PA site and get registered to vote. You can also go apply there. At the end of this video, I will link the sites for you that you can take action, that you can go apply for a mail-in ballot, that you can re-register to vote if you want to switch your party and so forth. But look, this past month, the Democrats and the elites have tried to pass legislation to have you put locks on your guns in your own house. It was a storage bill. I think it was like 1815, House Bill 1815 or something like that, or 1859 or something like that. And it was so if it would pass, you would have to put locks on your guns in your own house, making it incapable for you fast enough to protect your house and to protect your castle and your family and your property. Yes, I say castle because this is called the castle doctrine. It's biblical, and I think I want to say it's in Exodus, but I forget what the chapter is. But it strictly says that a man's house is his castle, and he has every right to protect his house, his castle. And so we need to flip the majority in the House. So your county, PA, needs the better voter turnout, but statewide also was only 20% voter turnout in the last primary election that we just had. You need at least 40 to 50% voter turnout statewide in Pennsylvania to carry a win for Stacey Garrity and Jason Ritchie in a statewide voter turnout against corrupt criminal Josh Shapiro. Yes, I say this because he is corrupt. Look, he let us down in the 250 America 250 fair in Washington D.C. He didn't want anybody representing us in the Pennsylvania part of that to represent Pennsylvania. In fact, McCormick and John Fetterman got a couple of guys together to help represent Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro is a corrupt criminal, communist, socialist, anti-American governor. He said when he got in that he was for school choice and education, but in the meantime, he led his Get Stuff Done campaign last year all the way into late July, where schools had to come up with funding of their own to put stuff up in their schools because the budget was late. Now the budget has passed the other day, and these hardworking representatives like Joe DiOrsi of the 47th and Wendy Fink of the 94th and Russ Diamond of the 92nd. 92nd. What am I thinking? I have to think there for a minute. He's not 92nd. Sorry. Russ Diamond of Lebanon County and Stephanie Berkowitz up in Franklin, Adams County. These are all hard-working, fighting representatives that voted no for this bill because of Pennsylvania is about to spend $50 billion more than what it can make in this economy, and what it can come up with in this economy. But this is where the hard class working people of Pennsylvania, the blue collars, the mama bears, and so forth, need to get out and vote. We need a new governor in office for another 4 or 6 years to come, and we need it done. Look, most of you don't understand the importance of Pennsylvania. Let me walk you through some things here. The importance of Pennsylvania is a battleground state for a reason, because whoever controls the state of Pennsylvania controls the funneling of money coming into Pennsylvania for donations and organizations, policy making, and so forth. So forth. That is why Josh Shapiro has millions and millions of dollars right now in his war chest, because of entrepreneurs and organizations funneling into the governor's funneling into Pennsylvania for his own war chest. Um, so that means like donations, like Planned Parenthood and the National Education Association, one of the biggest unions in Pennsylvania, one of the biggest teacher unions in teachers unions around, and the PSBA and so forth, Pens- um, are all funneling in money into Pennsylvania. So whoever controls Pennsylvania controls the policy. Whoever controls the policy controls the funneling of money. Whoever controls the funneling of money controls the state house and will control the legislature and control the legislative district maps for redistricting, like we saw in 2022, where Democrats wanted to steal the libertarian third party maps so they can use them to their own willing good. That was why 2025 was so important to retain these judges and get judges like Maria Batista and whatever that other guy's name was. I forget what his name was already. That was running with him that won. But it's important to get people like that in. It's important to get people like Josh Prince in to the Commonwealth Court as a judge, because he stood up for your Second Amendment rights and your First Amendment rights and fought during COVID and so forth. It's important to get grassroots candidates in this election, and the only way to do that is by the working class people turning out to vote in every single election, because they don't give a crap about you guys, and the elites in the House and the PA House don't give a crap about you, as you see in this past week with with the with the money that is coming from being spent in Pennsylvania, more than we can take out. They don't care about you guys. We must deconstruct the administrative state. We must turn out to vote. I don't know what gets your fancies in your pants in a knot to get to go out and vote, or whatever tickles your fancy or gets you angry to vote. But these people don't care about you one single bit. The working class people know better than the elites. They know what's like. That's why Pennsylvania has to return to a part-time legislator with small salaries and very few hours, and the legislator come home and work. I'm with Thomas Jefferson, our founding fathers, as we need to get back to a part-time legislator. If legislators would come back to part-time, they would come back to reality to see what the working class people are like, to see what really needs to be done, to take those issues back to the House when they are called back into session, and write legislation and pass policy and pass bills that actually support the working class people, that actually support the people that are plumbers and union workers and construction workers and so forth, and the moms, conservative parents and moms that have to send their kids to school. Look, the Democrats and the liberal elites are taking over one by one. In the Southwestern School District, there was an appointment for a vacant seat. Two Republicans and the other four people were all Democrats who interviewed in. They're trying to infiltrate the schools. They try and infiltrate the Congress. They try to infiltrate the state house and the state senate. This is where the working class people will have a chance to stand up and do war and battle it out at the elections. Look, the elections is how we overturn the institutions. The elections is how we battle it out. If people don't go out and vote and become apathetic, then we as Pennsylvania are done as a commonwealth. We might as well kiss Pennsylvania, and for what it stands for, goodbye. Because if the Democrats get in, they're going to redistrict the maps. They're going to take away your guns. They're going to take away your guns. They're going to take away everything that you own, your freedom of speech. If they're not coming for President Trump right now, they're coming for you. And it's the first thing he said. And we need to get out and vote. Every single vote matters. I don't care if you, like I said, go to the PA site, pavote.org, I think it is, and sign up for a mail-in ballot application or register to vote and get out and vote. If you want to get active, download the PA Chase app, and start texting people in your neighborhood. Start calling people in your neighborhood to get out and vote. Make postcards to people that need to come out and vote, because this is an all-out war for America's soul, guys. This is an all-out war for the next generation to come. I know, because I'm in the trenches 24/7, and I know what it's like, and I know what's going to come out of it. We will end up like Virginia if we don't get out and vote in November 3rd, 2026. But yes, so underneath this video, when I'm done here, there will be links and information that you can do to get your people out and going, to take action, to use your agency, to get involved and stay involved, guys, because we need to do just that. But like I said, we need to deconstruct the administrative state and overturn the institutions. Look, 2027 is coming up right around the corner, and we have school board races that we need to plug into. We have county races that we need to plug into. We have statewide races we need to plug into. Municipal primaries count more than anything. And that's where it starts, at the grassroots, guys. And you are the grassroots. You are the mega movement. Look, Trump is just a moderate in the mega movement. Once he's gone, we got to keep the momentum going. And the only way to do that is by filling in the GOP committee seats and the PA state committee seats, and going out and vote. You are the voice of the people. You know what is really out there, guys, and what really needs to happen. And you can make it happen when you put your effort into going out and vote, and use your vote as your voice. Continue to hammer this through. We must fight until the end, and we must not keep up at every time, because they are going to come after you like never before. And it's time that we get involved. It's time that people start waking up to what's really happening here in Pennsylvania. Well, thank you for your time.